All right, here we are. Unit 2B, Section 2, slope, intercept form of linear equation. A lot of you have done this already, and some of you got it the very first time and you understood it, and some of you are, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I'm so bad at this. We're not going to say that. You can do this. We're going to work through it together. We're going to get there together. Are you going to make mistakes on the way? Absolutely. We all do. It's no big deal. We're going to keep working through it, and you're going to keep trying because that's the only way we can move on. You got to keep going until you get it. Okay? Now, this is all about graphing lines. And if you're good at graphing lines, you're like, oh, yay, an easy section. If graphing lines escaped you a little bit, you're going to have to try a little harder, and that's okay. All right, here's the general form. It's y equals mx plus b. And a lot of you know this, but you're really not sure what it means. You say it because a lot of people say it. And you think, well, maybe they'll think I know what I'm talking about because it sounds smart. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. But let's look at what it really means. Remember, the B, for whatever reason, stands for the y-intercept. We like to say that's where we begin. That's the B. I don't think that's the real reason. That's where we begin our line. Okay? Miss Sally likes to call this our launch point. This is where we launch our drawings from. If we are graphing just an ordered pair, we launch from 0, 0. But when we're graphing a line, we launch from the B, or the y-intercept. And then we know how to count, because then we look at our slope. Our slope tells us what to count. Our rise over our run, which we were talking about all in section 2. Our slope is going to be how far rise, remember it's m, how far do we rise and how far do we run, and where do we put our next point. So B tells us this is where we begin, this is where we start, and M tells us this is what we're going to do. This is the direction we're going to move. Oh, I like that. Let's make M move also. We're going to move in that direction. Okay? All right, so that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to do a couple example problems, and then it really just takes some practice. Okay? The more you practice, the better you get at this. Okay? Sorry for those of you that this isn't your favorite thing in the world. But here we go. Example 1. Oh, goodness, I don't even know how to spell example. Forgive me. Example number, oh, and then I changed colors. Number 1. That's awesome. Okay. Example number 1. This is how it would be written. Write an equation. And a lot of people, as soon as they see the word write an equation, they're like, oh, forget it. I can't do it. You can do it. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Where the slope is 2. And the y-intercept is 5, and then you're going to graph the line. Okay, we're taking English and we're going to put it into math language, okay? We have this formula, y equals mx plus b. We need some pieces to it in order to graph. We need to know where to begin. Well, that means we have to understand the equation. Well, B means beginning, where we begin to graph, but it really means the y-intercept. Well, in this problem, they told us what the y-intercept. Here it is. Y-intercept is 5. So what does B equal? B equals 5. Okay, we're right there already. B equals 5. The other thing we need to graph a line is we have to have the slope. Well, do we have the slope in this problem? Yeah, we do. It says right here, slope is 2. Oh, whoops, I meant to do highlight. Let me get that off of there. Whew, that's awful. Okay, slope is 2. Which letter stands for slope in that equation? The M. Okay, so now we know where to start and where we're going to move to. Let's put it in the equation. So y equals M, we decided it was 2. Notice we're leaving the y and the x. That's part of the equation. And B is 5. There it is. Okay, well that's not too bad. You just have to know which parts to fill in. Now it's time to graph. So let's graph it. I'm going to try to take my time on this. I know there's a way to do this straight. Let's see if I can figure it out. Nope. Let's see if I can do it. All right, ready? Oh, that looks good. Okay. Whew, look at me making straight lines. Oh, crap. Can I do it after the fact? No. That would be helpful, wouldn't it, if I could do it after the fact? Okay. Let me draw a straight line here. I should have done this in the last section. Okay. Where do we begin? Where do we look at our y-intercept? Well, this is the 5 here is our y-intercept. Well, which line on here is y? Well, this is my x, and this is my y. Intercept means where I cross the y. So I'm going to go to that up and down line, the y, and I'm going to go to 5. Starting at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my beginning. That's my launch point. That's my y-intercept. From there, I'm going to count my slope. Well, what's my slope? My slope is 2. Well, what's my rise over my run if it's just 2? Well, I don't know. Let's think back to the math you've done before. If the slope is 2, what's the denominator of that 2? It's 1. So we're going to rise 2, and we're going to run 1. So rise 2, run 1. I'm running out of space. I can't put any more points there because you have to have at least 3 points. That's what I'm requiring. I don't want to go up into my words. Well, what could I do? Well, I could go back to my beginning and I could go, can't I go down 2 and to the left 1? Is negative 2 over negative 1 the same as 2 over 1? It is. And so going down 2 from our beginning and to the left 1, look at that. It's the same thing. That's easier. Do not, this makes me mad. Don't give me this. That's crap. That's not a line. That's a line segment. We're not talking about lines, segments. We're talking about lines. I'm even going to make it straight. Oops, that's not what I want. I'm going to make it a line. Why am I picking the one with the arrows on the end? Because it's a line. It goes on forever in every direction. I expect to see a nice long line, and I expect to see arrows on the end. Will I take points? Yes, I will. All right, that was example 1. I hope that was enough energy for you, the certain person who feels sometimes I'm boring. Example 2. I'm going to move a little faster now, so you might have to pause it. That first one was my first try, so I moved a little bit quicker. A little bit slower. So we're going to write an equation, just like before. My slope, well, is negative 3/4. Oh, let's think about that. What does that look like on the graph? Am I going to go up? Am I going to go down? Where would Miss Kavanaugh be negative? We think about what that looks like. And then my y-intercept is 6. Okay, this time I'm going to graph it first because some of you need to see the graph first. And so you need to know that about yourself. Does seeing the graph first help you better understand the equation? Or do you need the equation first? I'm an equation first kind of person, but that's okay. That's me. Where do I begin with this? Well, remember, the y-intercept is our b, our beginning, where we start. Again, you might have to think about, well, which one's the x and which one's the y? That's where I have to start. That's the x. That's the y. It just takes practice. And we're going to start at positive 6 on the y. 4, 5, 6. And I make it a nice big point so I can see my beginning. There I am. Now my slope is negative 3/4. I could write that slope in a lot of different ways. I could write it negative 3/4. I can write it 3 over negative 4. Does that mean the same thing? Yes. I cannot write it as negative 3 over negative 4. Why? What's negative 3 over negative 4? That's positive. That's not the same. So be careful. I'm going to start with my slope. That's not the color I want. Is down 3. So I'm going to start at my beginning. Down 3. 1, 2, 3. And to the right, be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the negative slope. Is my line going to go down if I start drawing it right now? Yes, it will. Okay, what if I was running out of space? Well, I could go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I could go left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember, I don't want these teeny little line. I don't want a little line segment. I want a nice long line with arrows on the end, using a straight edge, going through those points. Beautiful. I love lines. They're fun. Example 3. They make sense in the world that sometimes doesn't make sense. Example number 3. This time, given the graph, write an equation. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, you do. Let's do it. You can handle this. It's not a big deal. Come on. You might make a mistake. Absolutely. I might make a mistake. I'm going to try not to. But we're going to do it. We're not going to leave it blank. We're not going to give up. We're going to do this problem. All right, there we go. I'm going to give you a graph of a line. So this is your given part. This is the problem I'll give you. I keep doing that. I can't draw it until I pick this. Goodness. Technology and me. All right. There we go. Okay. And here's what I'm going to give you. I'm going to say, well, 0, negative 3 is one of the points. That's one of the points. And then 2, negative 2 is one of the points. And here's your line. I'll use this color. And remember, it's not a line segment. It is a straight line. Arrows on... Oh, that's terrible. Let's try again. It is a straight line with arrows on both ends going through the 2 points. That's much better. Nice and long. Now I got to write an equation of this line. Oh, I don't know how to write an equation of a line. That's stupid. That's not true. Whoever just called it stupid, that's not okay. Y equals mx plus b. What parts do we need to write an equation? We need the m, and we need the b. Can we find them by looking at the graph? Absolutely. Let's find the b to begin with. The b stands for where we began on the y-axis, the y-intercept. Well, here's my y-intercept right here, actually. That's where we cross y. Oh, in case you forgot, this is your x, this is your y. I don't know why my arrow went away. Here's my b. What number is that on the y-axis? Don't say positive 3. It's negative 3. So now we know b equals negative 3. Okay, that's great. Now I need to know my movement. Well, let's look at the line. Are we moving in a positive direction or a negative direction? We're going up. Remember, I'm positive when I'm going up a hill because I know I have control. Well, I got to figure out the rise over the run. Well, let's do it just by counting this time. So I'm trying to pick a color here. I'm going to rise up 1. Well, that was up, so that's a plus 1. That's my numerator. And then I'm going to run 2. There I am. I hit the other point. We're counting until we hit the other point. Well, in this case, I only had to do it once, and I hit the point. How far to the right we went? We went to the right, so it's positive, and plus 2. So my slope, or my movement, is 1 over 2. Do we know the pieces we need now? Oh, I was supposed to do that in pink. I was trying to color code it, and this is what happens when I get too excited. Anyway, my m is 1/2. That was my movement. My x doesn't change. We need that as part of our equation. The plus, what was our b? Negative 3. Well, is there a simpler way of writing this? This is not wrong, but there is a simpler way, and usually mathematicians like the simpler way. What is it? Minus 3. These mean the same thing. These are both the same. They are both correct, and you will get points for them. The second way is just in a little bit simpler form. One more, and then you can be done. Example 4. Okay, I'm going to give you the graph again, and you're going to write the equation of the line. So here we go. Let me see. Oh, let me pick so I have straight lines, so it's easy for you to tell where I'm putting things. Whoa. Okay. See if I remember correctly. Yep. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to put some points on there. I'm going to put one. Oh, let's do it pink. I don't know why I like pink so much. Whoa, that's not what I meant. Go back. Oh, I don't know how to go back. All right, let's try again. Okay. I need the black color. I need this. This is what takes so long. I'm trying to figure this all out all the time, even though I use it constantly. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to put... Don't do that. I wonder if I just go back. Will it take it back to black? Yes. Take it back. Okay, black. Okay, ink selector done. Okay. I'll forget it, for crying out loud. Let's put a different color because I can't seem to figure this out. So I'm going to start at 0, 0. And then I'm going to put a point down here. I didn't even tell you the points. I told you 0, 0, so let's put that in there, 0, 0. And figure out the other point. Why are you straightening things? I'm not asking you to straighten things. It says 1, 2, 3, down 1. Oh, it's 3, 3. Nice. That's easy enough. Oh, let's draw a line through it. Remember, straight line, arrows on either end. Don't make it a line segment. Make it go through the 2 points. I hope you can do better than me. I don't like that. I can't handle that. I got to do that again. Go back. Okay, let's try it again. That's what happens when I try to go fast. There we go. That's pretty nice. Okay. Again, y equals mx plus b. What parts do I need in order to have an equation of a line? I need my m. And I need my b. The b is where I began on the y-intercept. Where did I begin on my y-intercept? Yeah, in this case, we began at 0, 0. So my b here where I cross the y-axis is 0. Let's figure out our slope. Okay, so we have to go down 1, 2, 3. Well, down means negative. So down 3, and then we had to go to the right 1, 2, 3 to get there. Well, that means my slope is negative 3 over 3. It's an easier way of writing that. Yeah, I could write negative 1 over 1. Or I could just write negative 1. All right, let's put this all back in our equation. Do I know my m? Negative 1. The x needs to be in there. Do I know my b? It's 0. Is there a simpler way of writing this? Yeah, there is. Look at how simple I can write this. How did I get it that simple? Do you know? Okay, think about it. Talk to me if you need some help. And I'll see you when I see you.